Welcome to Cinemaphile, where we showcase the best in independent documentary and foreign filmmakers and talk to them about their work. I'm your host, Mike Kaspar. You can listen to other interviews by going to Cinemaphile with Mike Kaspar at Spotify. Tatami follows Iranian female judoka Leila and her coach, Maryam, who travel to the World Judo Championships intent on bringing home Iran's first gold medal. Midway through the championships, they receive a chilling ultimatum from the Islamic Republic. I'm going to leave it there. It's just a fantastic film, beautifully acted, compelling, suspenseful film. And it's Tatami, and we're joined today by the co-directors of the film, Guy Nattiv and Zar Amir. To both of you, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is all of that and more. It is just from the very beginning of the film, just the opening on the train as we sort of set things up. The character that Arienne Mandi plays, Leila, is just a beautiful study in determination and focus, and just a beautiful performance on her part all the way around. But Leila is focused as this judoka on this particular match. Before we get too far into that, I feel like I kind of got off track there a little bit. I want to understand where the inspiration for the story came from. Where did Tatami come from?
Tatami came from, inspired by an incident that happened in 2019 when Iranian judoka named Saeed Mulai and Israeli judoka Sagi Muki were best friends behind the scenes when they met in all those judo competitions around the world. But at this specific Tokyo International Championship, which was the World Championship, when they both started to win and get into the fights through the ranks, Saeed got a phone call from the Iranian government or from the sport association telling him to abort mission because they didn't want him to meet the Israeli guy at a certain point. Kind of a boycotting system that the Iranian regime tell their athletes, if there any chance of them meeting the Israeli opponent, you need to abort mission. But in this case, Saeed Mulai said, absolutely not. I'm going to go for gold. It's my night. It's my time. I'm in good shape. That's my chance to take the gold. And he disobeyed their ask. And from that point, it unfolded to a night full of threats and a lot of anxiety for him as an athlete, because once he said no, he paid the price back in Iran, in Tehran. And it unfolded into an espionage, kind of a night full of suspense, and that ended up with him aborting his team and defecting to the West. And that's what sparked the whole idea of Tatami. Now, when I started writing it, it was 2020, in the pandemic. But then Mahsa Amini murder happened, and we decided to. I wanted to open myself to Iranian talent because I'm Jewish. I wanted to make it authentic and to open myself. And then I met Zar, and suddenly, because of the women life freedom movement in Tehran, we made it in Iran and in the world. It became kind of a female protagonist versus the original. But then we saw more and more Iranian female athletes who rebelled against the regime. We were in touch with a boxer named Sadaf Kadem, then Kimia Alizadeh, who was the Taekwondo warrior, who also defected to the West. And then the mountain climber, I don't know if you remember the mountain climber that had no hijab on, and she paid the price. And more female athletes and athletes all over the world. Also the football team, the Iranian football team in the World Cup. So, it became kind of a wave of these athletes. But then I met Zar. I saw her in Holy Spider and my jaw dropped. I thought that she did a brilliant movie. She won Cannes, obviously. And I saw her tape that she sent to play Maryam. And I was blown away by that. And then I came to her when she promoted Holy Spider with Ali in LA. And I told her, I want to direct it with you. I want you to cast the movie. I want you to produce it with me. I want you to be everything. So, and she took the time to think about it, and then I'm so lucky that she said she's in. So that's how everything started.
Zar Amir, you are, as Guy was just mentioning, you have multiple roles in the filmmaking as well as in the film, and just a spectacular performance as Maryam in the film, just beautifully done. Even from the opening scene, there is this sort of look of concern and almost fear about what lies ahead. I just watching it again, I just realized just how quickly your character literally and figuratively is on a train, not a runaway train in the film, but certainly kind of a runaway train in your storyline in terms of what the consequences could be for all concerned. It's just a beautifully calibrated performance. But when Guy approached you about co-directing and being sort of all the other roles that you took on in the film, what was your process in terms of just deciding how you wanted to go about doing all that?
It's a privilege, I think, it have the chance, to be in both sides. It was kind of the same case about Hollywood Spider. We were working with Ali Abusi really very closely and on every aspect, authentic aspect on the script, and this time Tatami, started again with this character, but then I had already my concerns about the character. It was a bit different in the first draft I received. Immediately I felt that this character has a potential to go deeper, to make it more complex, because she's a traumatized person. She lives with her fears. At the same time, she's a strong woman. And so just to say that this having this ping pong, with Guy and with the whole team at some point, it helped a lot to interpret this character, because I think, I had this chance to go into it very deeply, and being in all discussions artistically, the point of view, where is the camera, how we see the movie, how is the intensity, how is the rhythm, all these. So
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes it's a privilege, and you can you can kill it, with your performance, because you know everything. You can watch yourself. That's about performance, but the whole collaboration, it was really a teamwork. I think, yeah, I brought the authenticity. Maybe I had this capacity to work with actors. Guy was more concentrated on technical aspects, but our DOP, then our editor, even when you hear the score,
Yeah.
everything everybody was so involved in this create this movie, and every time I watch it, I'm just like, it's so perfect to have a great team. It's a real teamwork.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to kind of backtrack my initial kind of question to you about being on the train and as you're watching, kind of you could just see it in your face there. And as your backstory unfolds, we have a greater understanding of the context of her concerns for Layla and how may or may not play out. So there's a lot, even just in the very beginning, she's listening to music and no one else is. There's just something about that personality that comes through in her performance, this kind of just raw determination on many different levels that she has for what she's about to undertake. And it just really comes across in the film.
Yeah, I think we were very much inspired by this young generation, young, brave, determined generation of women in Iran.
Yeah.
We started to script. Guy wrote it. He told you during the COVID, and then when we started the shooting, it was kind of like 1 month, 2 months after the murder of Mahsa Amini, the whole movement, woman life freedom, and in a very organic way. It was in the script, but I think all of us, in a very organic way, we got so inspired by the whole thing was happening in Iran. By all those images we could see every day.
Yeah.
It was very painful,
Yeah.
but so inspiring for us. And I think Arienne also, she got so inspiration from just this young generation. but it was in the DNA of this project, this kind of two generation in front, against each other. And I always say this is actually what this totalitarian regime does, to us. It wants us to be against each other, and there is a gap between these two generations, as there was between my generation and my parent generation. And they just inspire, constantly they inspire each other. Maryam is she lives, she's traumatized, but she inspires Leila.
Yes.
Leila is so crazy and brave, and she inspires Maryam. And then this is where, they can go on, move on, go there hand in hand.
The two beautiful performances. You play off each other so effectively in this film. And the back and forth and the ups and downs in this relationship is just a joy to watch. Just absolutely a joy to watch the two of you together. I'm going to go back to what for me is such a strong part of the film, the filmmaking, the sort of the way it was shot, the black and white, the lighting, all the different things. So both of you can chime in, please, on this question, because I just felt like it set the black and white really sets in sort of the story, in furtherance of the story, the hard choices that have to be made in this film by the people involved. And I don't know if that was a conscious decision. In my mind, the black and white represents that. Guy, is there something to the reason why you shot in black and white for the film?
Yeah, there kind of three reasons why we went black and white. I think that first of all, it represents the world these women are coming from.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, it's only black and white.
Right.
And dress a specific way. You are not allowed to sing or talk freely. You're not allowed to go to football matches or anything that is like men oriented. You're very restricted by how you live your life. That's a world of black and white. The other thing is that it's kind of homage to there's Akira Kurosawa first film, the first film he made. It's a judo movie that is kind of noir, and we also want to homage all the Alphavilles of the world.
Yeah.
And the noir gave us a layer of claustrophobic feeling. We're doing something like the paranoia films that we grew up on.
Yeah. There was also a little bit of, I felt watching it, a little bit of Cold War.
Cold War.
It
Cold War.
felt like that.
Cold War is influenced by other films,
Yes. It's not only just the black and white, pardon me for interrupting, but it's not just the black and white, it's the lighting in the film that I was so impressed with. The shadows, all the different things in the dojo, or whatever we call the arena. What am I saying? Tatami, pardon me. In the tatami, that it just all of the lighting was just so in furtherance of the story, in furtherance of the way
That's the brilliant work of Todd, who's our DP.
Todd Martin,
who's our DP, who did a brilliant job translating what we felt that we want to achieve. Yeah. He made it so beautifully and without, we shot in 25 days in this stadium, this Russian stadium from the 50s.
Yeah.
So, and the last thing is that when you shoot black and white, your canvas is abstract. You don't see a lot of details, right? So you cannot put your finger and say, oh, it's 1985 or it's 2001 or it's it's very you can see this movie in 5 years from now and it looks like it's okay. It just doesn't give you a specific feeling to where we are or when we shot that. And that's what we want to achieve, that it's like timeless.
Well, in the last couple of minutes that I have with you, the film has an award-winning track record already. So congratulations on your work as an actor, as well as your direction. And I'm curious from you, Zar Amir, the reaction, if any, or what you've gotten from anyone involved with Iran or the government of Iran, or is there anything kind of a pushback or anything that you've heard regarding the film?
No, honestly, nothing. Ignorance more than everything. but people in Iran, they got, I mean, they find in a way all movies, and I see they watch Tatami, and I get more or less good feedbacks. People, I think everyone is happy of this collaboration already, and the story is one of those stories that's untold stories that we have to tell. So no good feedbacks from Iranian audience, but from government, nothing.
It's amazing considering the circumstances, how many Iranian filmmakers have continued to produce amazing film. It's a testament to the richness of the culture, to the people who are involved in making Iranian films. It is really amazing. And for you, now that you have a director's credit, is this something you want to continue to do?
Yeah, I started with directing, and yeah, of course, I'm already on it.
She's already preparing her next movie.
That's fantastic. Well,
Mike, have you been in Cannes?
I have never been to Cannes. I'm planning to go, but I have not been. But yeah, I just cannot say enough about the film Tatami. It's in terms of there's so much to recommend, and I love the sort of international espionage of it, sort of that vibe that you get, and the way in which you cleverly introduce the pressure being ratcheted up on these people. I thought that was a really just gut punch in terms of the way you're able to do that in telling the story.
The film that we grew up on is the paranoia films of the 70s.
Parallax View is one for
Parallax
me.
Views, yeah.
Yeah.
It's big inspiration, the Brian De Palmas of the world.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, all the best to you on the trajectory of Tatami here in the United States and its run. And I truly look forward to more from both of you in terms of your filmmaking and your careers. And thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Your amazing questions, Mike. Thank you.
You have been listening to Cinemaphile. I'm your host, Mike Kaspar, and you can listen to previous interviews as well as special programming, or you can subscribe by going to Cinemaphile, that's F-I-L-E, with Mike Kaspar, at Spotify. Until next time, thank you for listening.